Welcome back to Perfect Shine of Jacks. I'm Russ, your host, and today I've got a very interesting project for you. I've got a 2019 Nissan Murano Black that has a lot of stone chips on the front hood, and we are going to use a product today I'm going to introduce you to hopefully repair all of these stone chips so that the car looks closer to brand new again. So let me bring you in and show you what we're working with. Okay, here is our 2019 Nissan Murano. And as you can see from all these white dots, we have stone chips everywhere. They are covering most of this hood. And this is a beautiful car in excellent condition. The interior doesn't even look like it's ever been ridden in. So the owner asked me if we could do anything about all these paint chips. So we're going to get started on it here in just a minute. And our weapon of choice today is the TouchUp RX paint chip repair kit. You guys have probably seen these guys at Mobile Tech Expo, maybe at SEMA, and we are going to use this kit to repair all of the chips. And as you can see, there's a lot of them. We're going to use this to repair everything. Now, this isn't going to make it perfect, but it is going to make it look 1,000% better. So let's get started. And while we're at it, first thing I'm going to do is we are going to polish the hood. And the reason I'm going to polish the hood is it has a whole lot of swirls and scratches. And we're going to polish it out so that the paint on the car originally and the paint we put on are all just as shiny. So as you can see, this hood needs a little bit of work, and we're going to correct it. And I'm going to bring in along the way and show you the process. All right, we have polished this out, and I think it makes, now that we've got it nice and polished, it makes all of these stone chips stand out even more, which should be easier and help in fixing them. And as you can see, we've got a lot. So as we come in here close, you'll see we've polished this paint to near perfection. We probably removed 98% of the swirls and scratches that were in there. If you're interested, my weapon of choice was the newest wool pad by Lake Country. This is kind of a medium heavy pad. Does throw a little bit of fur when you first start using it, but worked absolutely excellent at pulling off the water spots and the swirls and scratches. And we paired that up with Menzerna Cut Force Pro, one of my very, very favorites. And then we finished it off with 3D ACA 520 finishing polish with the DIY yellow foam pad, and that produced, I think, just stunning results. Again, we got virtually all of the swirls and scratches out. We just want to get it really cleaned up. So now that we can see what we're working with, let me get out the paint kit and show you what we're going to do. All right, so we've got our bottle of touch-up paint, which is color matched to this Nissan. And when you work with TouchUp RX, let them know exactly the make, model, year of the vehicle, and they will get you the exact paint. Now here, I'm putting a little bit of paint right onto the hood and using the squeegee and spreading it around. Now I realize this is a little more of a caveman type approach with this, but there are just so many chips in it. For me, this is just the best way. Now the kit does come, besides the squeegee, it's got a little paintbrush in there and several different things to help you apply it. I am going a little overboard with the paint here, but there's so much to cover. Right now for me, this is just easier. So I just continue putting it on the hood. When I get up towards the top, I'll really just apply the paint to the squeegee when I'm just working on individual little chips up towards the top of the hood. But for here, we're just going to spread it around. And some of these paint chips, once this dries, I'm going to go back and probably add a little more paint, because a lot of these chips are all the way through the base coat. So it's about 4 mils deep of a paint chip. So that's going to take a couple coats of the paint to fill that in, so it's a little more even and well blended. So, you know, I am applying a lot more than I need to here. But when I use the blending solution, it will remove all of that, and I'm not overly concerned about it. I've just got so much to fill in here. Right now, for me, it's just an easier way to go. I'm going to pan over here a little bit. We'll start filling in the rest of it. We'll let it dry for, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then we'll use the blending solution and remove it. Undoubtedly, I'm going to come back and touch up a few more of these holes once it starts to dry and I can see what I need. All right, so I think we've got all the chips filled in. Now you can see all the extra paint that's there. And we're gonna come back with step 2 and rub off all that extra paint. So as you can see from this point, it looks 1,000% better, but we've got to get all this extra paint off, and that comes in step 2. So we just use our squeegee. As I got to put on the other ones, I just put a little paint on the squeegee itself and then just wiped it on. Clean it up. So let's give it another minute or two to sit here, and then we're going to grab step 2. All right, so the product has been on for a good 5 minutes, and now we're going to use the blending solution here, which is step 2, on our supplied towel to take it off. Now I know I put too much on here, but well, you know, sometimes more is better, sometimes not. So when we're putting the blending solution on, we're going to get it pretty soaking wet, and this is where just light application, let the blending solution do the work. Just back and forth. Let it work, no hard rubbing, just back and forth. Give it an opportunity to take off all of the excess paint that I put on. And I know I put on too much, but let's see how it goes. So this is just one of those, take your time, don't be in a hurry. You know, normally you might just have a couple chips and this whole thing might take 10 minutes start to finish. In this particular case where this whole hood was done, oh, you know, it's going to take us a minute or two, but that's all right. It's all good. So I'm going to keep rubbing this. So far, covering and everything, I probably only got 10 minutes in this, and I can see it coming off. You can see it coming off here, and you just let the blending solution do the work, or what is this called here? Yeah, blending solution. So we just let it do the work. Nice and easy, no hard scrubbing. I'll put a little more on here. I can see it coming off quite a bit now. And if I did this all the time, I would have probably known to use a little bit less of it, but that's all right. This will be a good experience. So just rubbing with the blending solution, nice and easy. I did, once I got going filling in all the holes, and once I had all the chips filled in, after a few minutes I went back and I did add some more paint to some of the deeper chips, because a lot of these stone chips were, you know, they were quite deep and needed just a little bit more paint to fill it in. So we're going to go here and keep going and take this out. I can see the paint coming off. Let's see, I'm almost down to just where I want to be here. Okay, so I've been wiping this with the blending solution for about 12 minutes now. And as you can see, we've taken off all of the extra paint. And so I'm going to work around the rest of it. All the excess paint is gone off of here. Probably take me about another 10 minutes and I'll bring you in. Okay, so all the extra paint is wiped off with the blending solution. It took me about 23 minutes to take it off the entire hood. Mostly because I put too much on, and you know, just take your time. You know, the worst thing, if you take the paint out, just apply more paint in it, give it a minute and do it again. So it's pretty much effortless. The kit comes with everything you need, the squeegee, the paint, the blending solution. It comes with everything you need. So everything's in there, and before I bring you in and show you, let's take a look at what it was before we got started. All right, so here's what it looked like before we got started. And I need to give a big shout out to Bill and to Lenny over at TouchUp RX. I met these guys at Mobile Tech Expo maybe 5 years ago. Became good friends, good people, make a great product. You know, if you order the paint in the morning, they will get it out same day, and you'll probably have it in the mail waiting for you by the next day. So as you can see, we had a lot of work to do. All right, and here is the after. Absolutely awesome. 1,000 times better than it was. No, it's not perfect, but it is not the eyesore that it was before either. Very, very happy with it. Okay, so if you've got a car, you've got a bunch of paint chips on and you want that taken care of, or maybe you just want it polished out, make it look like brand new again, maybe we'll ceramic coat it or put a paint sealant on it, and you're in North Florida, South Georgia, Kingsland, St. Mary's, Amelia Island, Fernandina Beach, Jacksonville, there's the number to call, 904-575-0258. On the web, perfectshineofjacks.com. If you got any value out of this today, please hit the like and subscribe. It helps me out, and we'll see you on the next one.